Hey everyone, Dyl here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy almost New Year. I am very excited to just be reflecting back on so many great memories of the year. And one of the great memories that I haven't gotten to share on this channel yet it came to me a few months ago. It was a big cinematic, cinephile bucket list item that I was able to cross off. Just such an amazing memory I got to make at the New York Film Festival, which if you've been seeing my videos, you know I've been attending, or I was attending a few months ago. I've been making videos for. And one of the coolest little additions and features, or I shouldn't say little because it was a massive deal, but Criterion, the great boutique label for great films, both old and new, independent, mainstream, international, local. They collect so many films. They curate such an amazing list of cinematic offerings. And if you are a physical media lover like myself, and you collect Blu-rays and 4Ks and DVDs, you probably know what Criterion is. You probably stumbled upon maybe the Criterion channel, which is their streaming service. They have so many great choices to choose from. They sell them at Barnes & Noble and on their sites, and they do sales. And it's such a great gift to cinephiles to have something tangible, but also with such beautiful artwork and great essays and commentaries from directors and actors and historians and essays from critics and historians. So Criterion has always been a boutique label I've really enjoyed collecting. I know there's so many other great ones as well, but Criterion is definitely the most massive, at least the most mainstream of those, very niche cinephile obsessions. But I was very excited because Criterion does occasional closet pick videos, which is basically where they have people in the industry, filmmakers, critics, actors, actresses, directors, all come into the Criterion Closet, and they get to pick out what films they want to add to their collection. They get to basically go on a shopping spree, and you get to see them kind of talk about the films at length, and get to add them to their bag, their little mini bag of Criterions. And I love watching those videos. And when I heard that the Criterion Closet was actually going to be mobilized and brought to New York Film Festival, I knew I had to get on it. And I am just so grateful that I was able to make the time. It was a very long day. We had to wait in line for 7-8 hours. I was there with my buddy Ben. We go way back. We did theater together when we were kids, and he is also a cinephile. I'll link his Letterboxd down below. He also got to visit the Criterion Closet. He described it as the Scholastic Book Fair for adults, for cinephiles, and I thought that was just such a great description. If you know what that is, if you attended the Scholastic Book Fair as a kid, that is all his phrase, his idea, his coining term. So I wanted to give him that credit. But that's what it is. It's like this feast for the eyes. You walk in and there's so many different titles displayed, so many spines, so many different options to choose from. What was really, really special about this, so we get in line. I'll tell you kind of the little brief story because the video itself is brief. So I wanted to kind of give you a little preamble as to the whole experience. You line up, you're there with so many other film fans. So it was so great just meeting so many other guys in line, guys and gals who had so many interesting things to say about the films that were going on at the festival, but also about Criterion films, and getting to see what people were getting when they were leaving the truck. And then, getting to see what people were planning on getting when they went in the truck and what their backups were if they were sold out. I mean, it was just so great to talk to so many different people who were just so knowledgeable and who shared that love for cinema and physical media especially. But it was great waiting in line. It was a long time waiting in line, but it was worth it with the company I was with. And then when you get close to the line, they give you this little bag here. I'll hold it up for you. My Criterion Closet picks. Beautiful bag. I mean, I will always have this bag. I love this bag. And then they gave you, here it is. Here, this little checklist, which is basically every single Criterion collection film added to the collection as of October 2024. So it's got every title from old to new. It's in spine order, which is basically the order they were added to the collection. There are some that are out of print. They didn't really note it here, but you could kind of go to their site as you were looking at this checklist and get to see, okay, so they probably don't have this one because this one is out of print, like Armageddon. And then you looked and you're like, oh, there's the Before trilogy. There's Roma by Fellini. There's Pan's Labyrinth by Del Toro. So it was really cool to just kind of peruse this and be like, yeah, what do I want to get? Because I wanted to make it a really good mix of like old films, new films, international films, local films. I wanted to pick a New York film because I was there in New York Film Fest. I wanted to pick 3 films I had seen and loved, and I knew I would actually rewatch a lot on disc. And I wanted to look for the cover art, which cover art really just popped to me, and what I wanted to just like have physical copies of in my collection because I am such an avid collector. So we waited in line, and when it was our turn, we only got 3 minutes in the closet. That's why this video is very short that I'm about to show you, because I am very conscious that I babble and I talk very much. I'm doing it right now. And I wanted to make sure I was under 3 minutes, and I ended up going like a minute 30. I kind of could have used double my time. I could have really taken even more time to explain why I love those movies, but it was just such a treat getting to go in there. You can see in this video that I'm about to show, like, I was just completely awed. I just didn't know where to begin. I kind of just took like a whole kind of full circle to just kind of soak it all in. And there was someone, of course, helping us in the truck if we, couldn't find the different titles. So a lot of it is me like kind of just like scanning the shelf and like, oh, there it is. But it was a really great experience. So this is my closet picks video, getting to go to the Criterion Closet, pick out 3 titles. We were limited to 3 because if we could get any more, there wouldn't be enough for everyone else, because they were there for, I believe, 4 days, 2 weekends. Just such a memorable, amazing experience. And I figured it is Christmas and this is the time to give gifts. And this was such a great gift that New York Film Festival, Film at Lincoln Center, and of course Criterion gave to us. So here we go. This is my Criterion Closet video. Enjoy.
How are you?
Of course, I'm great. I'm very overwhelmed, but this is very, very exciting. Take it all in.
Did you come in with a game plan today?
I came in with a game plan. All right, 1171. Where would that be? I think it's somewhere over here. Okay. Romeo and Juliet. I'm an actor. Theater's my first love, so this has been a fundamental piece of my theater love, my enjoyment of Shakespeare, my growth with Shakespeare. I rewatched this recently. It's one of my favorites. The love score, the best love score of all. Maybe next to Titanic, but just an all-timer. Very, very excited. I see it. There it is. Earrings of Madame Day. This is a beautiful cover as well. This one is one I discovered actually when Greta Gerwig was making Barbie. She referenced this as like an inspiration between a lot of the cinematography. I think the way the camera just like glides through this thing, it's quite stunning. It's a film that surprised me with different tones, different stories, comedy, drama, romance. It's got all of it. It's a very underrated one that I feel like is very underappreciated and underseen. Here we go. I wanted to get a New York title. It is New York Film Fest. I'm wearing the New York Film Fest shirt. So I got Frances Ha, Greta Gerwig, obviously inspired by this film, but just a great tour de force performance in this. Noah Baumbach's writing, direction, just one of my favorite New York stories as someone who's struggling to find his own way through my mid-20s in New York City. This is a movie that really spoke to me and still continues to do so. So my Criterion buys. I'm very excited. Cool.
Lovely, thank
Perfect.
you. That's
Thank you
great.
so much. So there you have it. Those were my closet picks. I have my little selfie there that I took, or I guess someone took of me, my little Polaroid. But I just wanted to kind of show you up close the discs I got. So the first one I got, as I said, was Romeo and Juliet. So there it is. Beautiful, beautiful artwork there. We covered this on Picture This, my show about Best Picture movies, that I covered with Chad Webb, my co-host, and our guest for that episode was Kelsey Kilpatrick, and we covered this film. Beautiful film. Obviously, I talked about the love score. I'm not going to talk about these films much more at length, but I just really, really wanted this to be part of my collection because it is probably my favorite Shakespeare adaptation, like quite literally Shakespeare adaptation. Obviously, West Side Story is a great one, Lion King, but in terms of just like raw Shakespeare, this is my favorite. So I wanted that on my Criterion collection. And then The Earrings of Madame Day. If you've listened to my Sight and Sound podcast on the Dyl Pickle Podcast, I did cover this one at length. This one just took me by complete surprise. I wanted something international in a different language, and something that was just so beautiful and just so sprawling, but still so refined. And this is definitely that. I talked about how it inspired a lot of the cinematography of Barbie, but it really just inspired cinematography at large. Just all the tracking shots through different rooms, going through walls. It's like, how did they pull this off? Especially in 1953, I'm not sure. It's only 100 minutes, so if you can get a copy of this, it's beautiful. It's got kind of a thicker exterior than most Criterions. I haven't opened these yet because I wanted to kind of keep them as pure as I could for this video. Kind of a little ASMR moment. But yeah, Max Ophuls directed this. Fantastic. And then the last one, as you saw, but I'm going to reiterate, Frances Ha, which was, the one that I wanted to pick that like embodied New York and kind of my place in my life right now in New York. I'm a big Greta Gerwig fan, huge Noah Baumbach fan. So this was just a perfect collaboration. They are two people that I have loved watching their movies at New York Film Fest. I saw Noah Baumbach's White Noise at New York Film Fest. I saw Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird at New York Film Fest. So this really felt like a great way to kind of just celebrate New York Film Fest as well. even though I didn't see this film in New York Film Fest, but it is a very New York movie and a New York moment. So those were my three picks. I know my Polaroid picture wasn't perfect, so I'm going to hold them up here one more time. There we are. That was my shopping spree I did at the Criterion Closet. So there we go. My closet picks are right there. I mean, what a once in a lifetime opportunity. It was really, really special. I do have my little checklist as well. So now I'm going to actually make this a checklist and kind of go through and see which other ones I have on my shelf, which I did make a video for. So I'll link it up in the top right here if you want to see just all the videos on Criterion that I own. And it is the holidays, so I hope to get some more and do a little bit of a haul for you, including some gifts that you may see peeping behind me that some of my really, really gracious friends of the channel gave to me. I want to show them off as well. So thank you for watching this video. Again, happy holidays. I'm glad I got to finally share that, my closet picks. I will do its own video in like the shorts, just so it's isolated on its own. But there you go with a little preamble, a little bit of an epilogue here from me. But yeah, go check out those three films. Let me know what you thought of those three films if you've seen them. And if you've never heard of them, I hope I put them on your radar at least. I mean, everyone's heard of Romeo and Juliet, but at least like The Earrings of Madame Day and even Frances Ha. If you've never heard of those films, go check them out. Obviously, I only had three films limited, so I hope someday I'll be able to walk those walls again. Maybe in the future, the actual Criterion Closet in the home base of Criterion, and get to like pick out 10 or 12 of them. But I'm getting a little overzealous there. So thank you so much for watching this video, and happy holidays.